Board games are growing. They have been for the past few years. And with the rise of gaming, so too have there been a rise in videos about them. So whether you're looking for amazing playthroughs, next level strategy guides, cinematography, thoughtful conversations, engaging discussions, or to have a good time playing games, there are a ton of crazy good board game channels out there. But do not for 1 second think that everything has been done. It hasn't. It is light years away from it. So if you love board games as much as we do, and if you've ever wanted to start making videos about them, we are here to help you start. Here are 18 ideas from 6 board game content creators to help you kickstart your YouTube channel, or if you already have a channel, here are some awesome video ideas to blend in. Bottom line, we are here as a team. So let's kick things off with one of the most exciting, hilarious families on YouTube. They literally make me want to play every single game that they put on the table. And they are Mick, Starla, and the master editor himself, Grant from Our Family Plays Games.
Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are Our Family Plays Games.
Yes.
And we are so excited to kind of share a little bit with you about what makes us who we are.
Yeah, thanks Tim for inviting us on so we can give 3 tips.
3 tips about, what made our channel what it is today, I guess.
I guess,
we really, it's kind of a surprise that our channel is where it is, but
because we just being us.
We just being ourselves. We wanted to see it grow, but we didn't know, it was going to grow this much and so fast. But we do know what we do on a regular basis.
Yes.
Which we believe has helped us get to this point.
Yeah, so we're going to give you those 3 tips.
3 tips.
Yeah.
The first tip, which is the most important for us.
Most important.
It is know your mission/message.
And we knew ours from the get-go because that's what created our channel. Diversity and inclusion in this hobby.
And families.
Yeah, and families. Yeah. And that was our mission straight up. First one.
Yeah, so we knew we wanted to have more people of color and want to see more families enjoying board games as much as we do. So that's our mission.
So know your mission.
Know your mission.
That is number one. Know your mission.
And that's our message to everyone out there. What's our channel about? Diversity, inclusion, family.
Yes. The second one is be consistent.
Yes.
If that is your mission or your message, be consistent with that.
Yes.
Walk the walk and talk the talk.
That's right. Don't deviate. And also put out episodes on a regular basis so people can find you and they can look for new content. If you're going to be hit or miss and do one this month, then you don't do another for another month, you're going to lose your audience. So we have a consistent thing that we do. And we're always on mission. Always.
Yes, always on mission.
Always on message.
And the third one is make it fun, y'all. Make it fun.
We have a good time.
Yeah. From our fist bumps on, we have fun.
We have fun. Yes. We enjoy it.
Yes.
And that will show.
Yes.
People have to know you're having a good time.
Yes.
If this is not a labor of love, then you don't need to do it.
That's right.
Don't even do it.
Don't even do it. Don't even try. Because if you're not having fun doing it, I mean, come on.
Yeah, this is a labor of love for us.
Yes.
We got out here on a mission, and we want to see other people out here that's on mission. We have enough content creators out here doing
a ton.
You got enough reviewers. Everybody's just about a review channel. We want to see something different.
Yes.
And that's what we brought to the table. And we know that there are other ideas out there that people haven't tapped into.
Yeah.
So if you're going to start a new channel, tap into something different, something unique, something that'll make you stand out.
And something you haven't seen, but say, hey, I think that should be out there, and I think I can do it.
Yeah.
Then do it. Yeah. We want to see it.
So that's it. Those are our 3 tips.
That's it.
Hopefully those will help you and your mission to become a great content creator.
Bye now.
Bye.
Next up, if you've ever wanted to dive deeper into a board game, understand it from a completely new perspective, and win as one of your favorite characters, introducing the Lord himself, Sam from Lord of the Board.
What is up, my friends? My name is Sam Smith, and I run the Lord of the Board YouTube channel, where we cover strategy guides for your favorite board games. I am also super pleased to be able to present with you 3 ideas to start your YouTube channel, hopefully just some encouragement and some tips, just to really help you feel comfortable in that process. Thank you so much, Tim, for inviting me on. This is something that I am super passionate about, so I want to get right into it and start with my first idea, which is exactly how my channel started, and that is going to be see a need, fill a need. Now, back when I was opening up Root, I played it a ton of times back in 2018, and I realized that I was not good at the game at all. Of course, I jumped onto YouTube and I typed up Root strategy guide, and I could not find anything. And I did it for a couple of other games as well, and it just seemed like there was a huge lack of strategy material in the board game content industry. And so instead of sulking and walking away and being sad, I just decided that I was going to study, I was going to play Root, I was going to look into making videos, and I actually made my very first video, which was a strategy guide for one of the factions of Root. Find that thing that you've been wanting to see and make that. And my second idea is to fill in multiple of your passions at once with your channel. And what I mean by that is that I have a very heavy hip hop and rap influence on my channel. Heck, I've even rapped within some of my videos. I did a rap for my 4K subscriber celebration. I mean, this is just something that I enjoy outside of board gaming, and that has become a huge part of my channel. I've wanted to make it a part of it because when you are actually mixing in some of your other passions, it can keep you motivated to keep on going. So what are those things? Think about those things that you know that you're also passionate about, and that can really help energize and fuel your content creation once you've kind of figured out what you're doing. Like, let's say you could do like a coffee and board games channel if those are two things that you're really passionate about. Clothing and board games. I mean, there's so many different options. You've got a whole world of ideas just in that thought process alone. And look, I get that the first two ideas that I gave you were a little bit broad, but I truly believe that those are going to actually bring some serious value to you to figure out where you are supposed to be in this space and what you're supposed to be doing. But for my last one, I just want to give you an idea of a channel that I would love to see in the board game industry, but one that I just don't have the time to fill. And that would be storytelling with board games. Basically have kind of a story or an idea that you have where you're able to really animate some scenes from board games and make a story that people can watch and enjoy, kind of like a movie. Maybe you could tell of a very specific viewpoint of one of the factions in a board game. I think it would be really interesting and fun to have a more storytelling, board game driven channel. But that is all I have for you today. Remember, friends, ideas are just commodities. They only become important and valuable if you act on them. So I encourage you to take all of these ideas that you get from this video and you make your first video. I hope to see you later, and I hope to see that awesome creation that you are going to make. Peace, my friends. Peace.
Thirdly, a master at interviews, thought-provoking reviews, super high quality videos, and literally someone whose passion for board games just soars through the flippin' roof, Jesse from Quacklo.
I am a quack, and I'm supposed to give you some information or ideas around content creation. And my approach is going to be simple and straightforward. I'm not going to talk too long, even though I am known for that. It might be a tip there. Talk faster than the average duck. Either way, 3 tips and tricks or ideas that I have had that I should have or could have or might have executed on, but I just honestly haven't had the time. And so if you go and you do these things better than me, not only do I think they'll do well, I would be excited to watch and see them. And of course, instead of a note card, I do have my phone on me because I'm not at home. I'm at Board Game Co's house. Don't tell. He's not sure I'm here. First off, invest in a single game or community. And I don't mean that you have to do content on one title in particular. That's what the phrase sounds like, but I don't know who wrote that. We'll, judge them later. The idea or concept is find a title that already has a community built around it and start investing deeply in that with strategy guides, gameplays, how to plays, in-depth kind of breakdowns. I mean, take Spirit Island, for instance. Has a ravenous community that is excited to see content, and a group of people that will invest and involve themselves. In fact, there's a lot of channels that you can pinpoint and identify that have done this. Space Cats and Peace Turtles or Dale the Casual Gamer are 2 that come to mind that have done an excellent job at identifying and then investing in a community that they're already a part of. Do that, and do it really well, and then expand when you find other games that fit into that network. Second, compare board games to video games. There's a really interesting trend in our hobby that we've been seeing over the last 10 years or so. As the video game market has developed new strategies, game design has evolved over time, our board game industry, the little sister to this kind of big industry, has grown along with it. And nowadays, this year in particular, we have so many titles that are being released to massive numbers and massive audiences of people that are doing their very best to adapt and take video game titles and figure out how to take those mechanics into the tabletop space. Build a channel that talks about both of those networks. You're extending to a larger community in the video game sector, talking about design, which is already a hobbyist market that there's going to be people interested in, and still doing the thing that you're interested in or that you're passionate about. Board games, which is why you're watching this video. And then third, here's some broader idea, something that I think could work in any industry, but I think will work in the board game space as well. Do your very best to translate history or facts into accessible video content. What do I mean around that? Well, I think that as sort of the modern age grows, there is a hunger and a desire to have as much access to information, technology, to learning and education as possible. We're seeing colleges lose students and internet studies grow at massive rates. People like myself are consuming piles of audiobooks and doing our very best to learn about the things we're passionate about and invested in through online sources. But a lot of quality information, a lot of the stuff that you'd think would be digitized, just hasn't caught up yet. There's records of human history, there's documents, and a ton of interesting facts and just historical data that exists throughout a ton of different documents, books, blog posts, written language. Start studying. Start translating. Start bringing it to the camera. Present it to the audience in a way that makes it easier for them to consume, and do so around stuff that you're already passionate about. Because at the end of the day, no matter what people say on this list, the only thing that's really going to work isn't a good idea. It's whatever you enjoy. So, get started.
And now, the duo that makes me feel so welcome. I feel like I'm at the table with them with every single video. They are beyond amazing at explaining games. You always feel like you know everything about a game they're playing after watching their videos. Introducing Monique and Naveen from Before You Play.
Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from a channel called Before You Play, where we do full 2-player playthroughs with reviews.
And we are here to present you 3 ideas for content that is potentially based off of the stuff that we do on our channel.
Yeah, something that may be like an offshoot or inspired by what we do.
And so without further ado, let's get into number 1. So our first idea for a type of content is something that we actually started doing when we started doing our channel, but we just don't have time to be able to continue to do it. And that is teaching people how to teach specific games.
Yes, we get a lot of questions about that, and we wanted to kind of do a series on that, but it proves very difficult for us to do what we do plus that in addition. So we felt that that was definitely our number 1 in terms of things that we can kind of ask that we want to see in the community.
It's something that we wanted to do, that we just can't. So when we first started our channel, we started by making tutorial videos. And our tutorial videos would always be twofold. We would have one video that was how to play the game, and another video was how to teach this specific game to other people in your gaming group or wherever you teach games. There are a lot of videos out there that show people how to teach board games in general, but each kind of game has its specific challenges.
Yes.
And so just being able to give those tips and tricks for especially those really popular games that people are going to be bringing to their gaming groups or to their families would be really cool.
Yeah, because a lot of times people are watching these videos, the ones that we kind of make or other people make, just to learn how to play it. But then now how am I going to then take that and then teach it to my group of friends? So this was kind of the concept is that we wanted to do. And so we like to pass that along to you guys and see if you guys can do it.
Okay, our idea number 2. So this is something that we really wanted to do, but we never did it. And this is more in the playthrough space. We kind of had this idea earlier on in our channel to make playthroughs of games, but playing them in an alternative way, and not the way that is recommended to play it by the rule book.
Right.
So for example, this is a very specific one that we wanted to do before. Take King Domino as an example.
If you're familiar with this game, yes.
Yes. we wanted to do a King Domino Battle of the Kingdoms.
Yes,
where
that's
we
right.
would essentially build 2 different King Domino boards at the same time. So we're going to do 4 of them in total. And whichever one was lower scoring between your 2 kingdoms is what's going to be your final score.
Yeah, so this would be for a 2-player game. You're controlling 2 different kingdoms.
Yes.
So you're constantly going to be in flux of, oh man, do I want to try to get this one to come up? But then you get to bring up the rear of the other one. So making your decisions are going to be a little different. Nowhere in the rulebook is that, but that's an alternate way. So we're thinking, hey, maybe somebody can create different ways to play games because there are so many creative people out there.
Yeah, and that could be like a kind of fresh spin on how to play a lot of these games that are really popular. It's kind of like a fresh take on them.
The ultimate house rule.
Yes.
Yes. And our third idea, this is not something that I've been able to do. It's something I've been wanting to do, but it just, again, bandwidth, can't do it. It would be how to DIY and deluxify your components in a game. So obviously there's a lot of things where you can buy souped up components, but I thought it would be cool if there's some way that you can maybe DIY things.
Yeah, so we play a lot of games on our channel and we always wonder like, you know, these components are really nice, but maybe how can we make them cooler without having to break the bank or having to invest in things that other people make?
Yep.
So it would be really neat for anybody out there who has a good arts and crafts kind of background, exactly what it sounds like. Make your own deluxe components at home and showcase them, maybe your own inserts or just your own upgraded resources, that kind of thing, and showcase them for popular games. That would be kind of like a neat side content.
Yep.
And so there you have it. Those are 3 potential ideas for board gaming content. We hope you enjoyed that and hope to see those videos. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, if you've ever thought about backing games on Kickstarter, look no further. His discussions are so thought-provoking, incredibly unique, and trust me, you will not only know everything about said board game after his videos, but you'll also be introduced to multiple perspectives about a game. Introducing the expert of all things board games, Alex from Board Game Co.
Hey, I'm Alex Ratcliffe, and 3 ideas. So, these are basically going to be various ideas of things to do, and for what it's worth, if you don't do it at some point, there's a decent chance I might, because some of these are actually on my own lists. But number 1 is going to be the critical take, and I don't mean being negative for the sake of being negative, although I guess it is being negative for the sake of being negative, but find games you love and start telling people why they shouldn't play those games. Meaning, don't go after games you really don't like. It's a little harder to be objective about those things. You're just attacking. It's just a review at that point. But find your favorite games, and one at a time, as you find games you love, give a whole video series on why people shouldn't play those games. This game is amazing, I love it, but also it is going to be incredibly confrontational, a lot of take that. The AP in this game is too long, but look at your favorite games and do a video devoted as to why other people shouldn't be playing them. People love criticism to a degree, and if you temper that with the fact that you're covering games you love, well, it adds to a little bit of an interesting mix over there. Number 2 is going to be player aids. Now, we live in a universe, of Board Game Geek specifically, but anywhere really, where we have tons of user-generated content around board games, things that really drastically improve the experience in front of you. We just played Black Rose Wars, and there are player aids in that game that are available online that make the experience so much easier. There's a concept or an idea out there, well, this is the idea, of trying to find those player aids, find different basically aids to playing games, and then devote video series to allowing that content to be in front of people in a video form. So it's kind of like a rules video, but tackling specific aspects. You know, here's Chaos in the Old World, and here's a quick overview video of the turn structure or whatnot. Pick an element, basically the video equivalent of player aids for board games. Number 3 is going to be find an avenue of board games that other people aren't talking about and double down on that. And I've seen this done in different areas. I've seen this done in videos. I've seen it done in forum posts. But so for instance, there's this one user on Board Game Geek who, something he does, he has this geek list that's entirely devoted to taking a picture of what a game looks like when it's set up, and then covering, it's a 15-minute setup time, it's a 5-minute teardown time, and that's basically all it is. It's just the setup of a game. And you can do that in a video series. You can have a video series that's devoted to tackling just the theme of a game, just the flavor text of a game, just what a game looks like on the table presence, so to speak. Just covering the accessibility from a rules aspect. You can find one subset of a game and have a video series devoted to that. It doesn't have to be your only content. It could be your Monday video that pops up or whatnot, but it's just diving down into a specific element, and to a certain extent you can become associated with that element, associated with, oh, that's the channel to go to if you want to talk about miniature production, miniature quality in games, or anything like that. Just find the avenue and dive down deep into it. And that's basically it. 3 ideas.
go ahead and jump on them, because I guarantee you at some point someone will, and it might be me, but hopefully it's you.
Oh my god, are you freaking pumped or what? Because everyone literally just laid down some heat for you all. Now go ahead and comment down below and tell me what your favorite things are from all these other 5 channels and creators. What do you love most about them? What do you love about their channels? Tell me in the comments below, and let me go ahead and tack on 3 more final ideas, and then we need to properly thank these creators for helping me out with this idea, with this video. Okay, idea number 1. I would love to see a channel that does short film intros leading into a board game discussion or a review, tutorial, anything like that. I always thought it would be super interesting to see a channel that could give kind of like an intro, whether it be like a comedy or a dramatic sketch or just really good, juicy cinematic storytelling to introduce a game. When things open up again and it's safe, I'd die to see a filmmaker go out there and record their journey on the way to, some environment that matches the game that they're about to play or talk about. Like for instance, maybe they have some parks gameplay at an actual national park. The amount of creativity and things that you can explore with that idea is just insane. Even what a board game means to you, the connections that you have with specific games, moments that you've shared with loved ones because of one particular game. Those are all very rich moments for some cinematic storytelling, and there is so much potential there. And the board game world is missing a short film storyteller, and I would love to see that. Idea number 2, for anyone out there interested in making tutorials, I've got a good one for you. It's a little bit out there, but it could work. A channel or a series of videos on interlinking tutorials. Let me see. You start off by making one board game tutorial. Let's say it's about one specific mechanic like worker placement. And then the second tutorial that you cover has a shared mechanic with the very first game that you taught. Okay? Like it also has worker placement as well. So now, not only are you connecting and creating this bridge for your viewers, having worker placement in the first one and in the second one, but you've also kind of created a game recommendation for them as well. And then goes the third game, where you teach another game based off of similar mechanics on the second game. Like for example, card drafting. Now people who like worker placement might like playing the first game you taught, and those who like card drafting might like the third game you taught. And you have now tutorials for all 3, and they're all connected. So ultimately, it could potentially be this huge web or network of games that become increasingly easier to learn from exposure and from comparison, since they all share something in common, and the chances that people are interested in one game that you've taught, well, now you have a tutorial and kind of a recommendation for a before and after that game you taught. That is insane. Just thinking about it right now gets me so excited about it, because it would be really fun to watch. And for my final idea number 3, the sound of board games. If I knew my way around sound or on audio or on mixing beats together, I would totally do this. We always photograph games, we film them, we talk about textures, maybe not the way they taste, but we never talk about what games sound like. And every board game has different components, minis, cubes, different size boxes. If someone knew how to make a unique beat off of each game that they talk about, and then that could be like their 10 to 20 second intro to pair along with visuals, along with the sound being played, like there goes the mini, there goes the cube sliding across the desk, and then just like layer that together. Oh my God, instantly subscribe. I can easily see someone who enjoys audio making videos, commercials, potentially by just seeing and hearing the layers of audio being added one by one. It'd be a really awesome idea. My heart is literally beating faster just thinking about that idea. And that wraps up number 18. 18 unique, potential, hopefully inspiring ideas for all of you. First off, thank you so much to all of these other creators who took time out of their extremely busy schedules to help me with this idea. If you are not already subscribed to the channels, please do yourself a favor and subscribe to all of them. Trust me, you will love their content, you will love their energy, the insane amount of value that they contribute to this board game community. All their channels are linked down below. Tell them across social media how much you enjoy their ideas. Comment down below and let us know which ideas you're interested in. And join me in thanking all of them for helping me put this epic cinematic collaboration together. Share this video with anyone who is even mildly interested in creating. We all put together this video to inspire more creators, to encourage you to hit record, and to hopefully help you find the motivation that you need in order to create in this space, in this hobby that we all love. Thank you all so much for watching, and we can't wait to see what you all come up with.